Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho. Welcome back to another episode of From Mill to Still. I'm Robbie. We had a very exciting week this week where we got into some inside stuff and some outside stuff, some aesthetic stuff, and some more structural repairs. So stay tuned, follow me around, and I'll show you everything we got into. One of the really exciting things we did this week, now that we have a paint schedule, we know what's going where and what we're doing everywhere, we started painting. And maybe some people would say that's premature, but in an industrial building where all the walls are always going to be exposed, before I start hanging conduits and pipes and all that sort of jazz, I need to paint this wall so I don't have to paint behind it. So we're able to spray it and get everything cleaned up. We saved some ancient drawings and things like that, so I'll show you that as we walk around. But it's really cool how the paint cleans the place up, brightens it up, and highlights certain architectural features in the building. So let's go take a look at that. So right now I'm in the second floor. I'm in the back corner of where the bar is. Pretty much very high traffic bar area. I'm standing on top of it like that movie. What's the movie where the girls are standing on top of the bar dancing and stuff? Coyote Ugly. Anyway, the paint schedule calls for this area right here to leave the heavy timber beam, the 15-inch square beam, exposed and in its natural state. This has been scraped and washed and needs to be sealed. And then the ceiling above, we've painted white, eggshell white, to clean it up and highlight the molding that's built into the structural timber. So this is really cool. I like the look that this ended up with. Ryan and Matt really did a great job of spraying and covering this just right. And it just, I don't know, find myself staring at it a lot. It's just really cool to see like dungeony, gross building turn into something so bright and inviting. So huge change of scenery in here. Maybe we'll do a pan view to see just like the difference with the ceiling. And this is the second floor. We still got to go to the third floor. Tie-out! It was a weird thing to do this week, but Ryan took down the old fire door that was in front of the second floor stair tower entrance. And we are going to put it back up. It is a really cool door. But Ryan wanted to really clean up and paint this area and get it nice so that our bar area technically will be painted at the end of today. And that's really cool. I mean, we have to do some sealer work, and I know we're gonna do a shit ton of touch up, but it'd be really cool to get this painted up. Eventually, we have to put a 45-minute rated door, meaning not a historic door, but a 45-minute fire door in this hole. And this hole is not built to code, it's not tall enough, it's weird, and it's gonna be very difficult to get a door in here. But they do make them, and we will have them. So if anybody has a hookup on getting these fire doors, leave us a comment below if we can use some help finding a door to fit this hole properly. So yeah, that happened this week. It was pretty cool. This will go back up, and stay tuned, we'll show you when it does. So we got a new guy, his name is Matt. He started this week, and he works with Ryan. He's painting, or he's pretending to paint. I don't know if he really knows what he's doing, but he seems like a cool dude. So thank you so much, Matt, for joining the team this week. You pretty stoked to be here?
Yeah.
Are you excited to be a YouTube celebrity?
Oh yeah, I've already done a few times.
We get like 100, see, he's gonna bring us into viral status on YouTube. So stay tuned for more Matt. We came in here for the third time and did layouts. So I was in here at first doing layouts with Jordan. And when I say layouts, we're drawing where the walls go on the floor and checking them against other things to make sure everything works. So I did it with Jordan, and we had to move everything because everywhere a toilet was going, we hit a floor joist. So we fixed it, and then I put it into CAD, and then the engineer put it into CAD properly. And then when we came out, I came out this week again with Jake, and we did the layouts again, and we nailed it. We hit everything just right, except for one floor joist. And I think we had to move one wall because I'm guessing the engineer screwed up. We're gonna blame him for that this week. So not everybody's perfect. He's kind of dumb sometimes, but you know, we'll let it go. So in this room, the cameraman's standing in the drop floor where it'll actually be a 2-story cellar and distilling area. And your view looking at me, I'll be in a hallway right here. So there's a wall that goes up and I'm walking in to the private event space. So this is the private event space. And then along this wall, the corner will be right here. If you can follow me down, the corner will be right here. All right, so pan over real quick, you'll see where the bar is, over where Matt is the foyer. And then the merchandise area is between Matt and myself. And then you have the bottles in a bottle shelf and then a closet. We're calling this the mop closet. So this closet goes from here to here and it has a door right here. So we can have cleaning supplies, mop, merchandise, extras, and the really cool thing about this room is this is where you'll load the bottling shelf. You'll load the bottling shelf, and at the end of the day, we'll also get rid of our trash by chute into the first floor so that the factory people can take it to the dumpster with a forklift versus walking trips of trash out. So that's really cool and hasn't officially been official yet, but that's going in here. Next to the closet, you go into what'll be the women's bathroom, and this will be 4 stalls and a double vanity. Then you go into a family bathroom that's tucked back in here. So you need to change your kids. There'll be changing stations everywhere, but it'll be nice and secure right there in a single bathroom. Then you have the men's bathroom right here. Unfortunately, is the furthest away from the bar, but it has 2 urinals and 2 stalls. So that's right here. And then we have the kitchen, which is right here. And then we're gonna tuck a little closet back into that corner. So speaking of kitchens, come down here. I got some kitchen stuff this week. We got some kitchen stuff. So we've got some Mary Chefs, some Turbo Chefs, some big old high voltage microwaves. So we just happened to get a good deal on that stuff, so I bought it. And there's more to come, including we got some stainless steel tables and stuff like that to do food prep and things like that. We got a prep station too. So we're getting there, getting real, getting really real. Another cool thing that I like to point out while we're in here, we painted this wall, but we left this old drawing, and I don't know what exactly we're gonna do with it, but we didn't want to cover it up, so we left it. That drawing was behind a wall, so pre-1946. Very old drawing. I mean, not like Egyptian old, but old for us. We've done most of the masonry repairs downstairs, so we came back upstairs to do some bricking in of windows. So there used to be wood infill on a lot of these windows, and then there was a wall. You couldn't see any of this stuff. And then right here where we're putting the family bathroom, this one window, we did a good job of leaving most of the windows, but this one window has to get bricked up. So we pulled the framing out of it. We saved it to repair other windows. Really cool. Eric, when he was back in there working, found some counterweights. So the original 1875 section of the building had these chases on the sides, and these little pieces came out. So you could access the window weight inside. So then it came up to a pulley right here, and cotton rope, which this is probably not original. This might be like a hemp, that might be a cotton rope. I don't know, I can't tell. Held these steel counterweights. Most of them were gone when we got here, but some of them were tucked back away, and so they're still here. And I don't know what you do with these things. There's nothing really special about them. When we restore windows and actually have them function, we replace the string with metal chain so that you don't have to worry about it breaking. You just wire it together. But here, we don't need them. We're gonna fix all the windows in place, so no need for the counterweights. But it's cool that they're still here because they're from the original building way back in the day, 1800 style. Over here, you can see Arturo and Eric working on this wall. They're squaring up the wall. It's gotta be 40.5 inches wide, and then they're putting plaster on the side, so that's really cool to see. I'm in the very back closet now, and since this is a closet and there's another structure coming in right here and right here, we aren't gonna leave these windows here. So these are being bricked up and that way we can use this entire space as a closet. I'm guessing this closet will hold some like holiday decorations, tables and chairs for banquets and things like that. So it's a tiny closet. It's 8 feet by 14 feet, but it's something. You need all the storage space you can get in a place like this. So that's gonna be cool to see once we start getting walls up. We might have the walls up in a couple weeks. Since we've done all of our structural repairs downstairs, and by all I mean almost all of them, we were able to come up here after raising the building up 3 inches. We came up here and lowered the roof back 2.5 inches. So the roof is essentially where it used to be. Over here you can see a pipe where the roof had a center hub drain because it's basically a bowl. I was gonna raise the roof up so it had positive pitch to the gutters, but the proper way to do that is to heap ISO board up. So we decided to bring the roof back down to where it originally sat pre-1946, and by roof I mean the 3rd floor. They had put shims right here and picked these posts, the beam up over these posts so high that the spline at the top of the post was like well below it. There was nothing hooking these assemblies together. So watch this clip of us raising the beam, removing the shims, and lowering it back into the pocket. It's really cool. I'm gonna back out of the scene because the camera can't focus on both of us, but just a bird's eye view from the 3rd floor of the progress of what used to be a naughty jungle of hate over there by the creek. It was just kudzu, vines, thorns, trash. Everything was down in that area, and Trinity has just worked his magic. I mean, I think they seeded on Monday and it's already germinating. 'Tis the season for planting seeds. I mean, that's just really cool. You can see some rapids down there. That view is amazing. I love it. Now, if you look closely, you can see nubs over there spreading straw. The 3rd floor paint is done, and by done, in doing nothing, all is done. We did nothing up here. There were some boards that the roofers, I think, replaced, which was not very good. And there were some boards that someone replaced that weren't painted at all. So we had the residual paint that was left here matched, and then we painted all the new wood that was from patches and stuff in the ceiling. We kind of feathered it in. So we blended everything together. We're gonna throw a seal coat on that and call it a day. This wall is what this wall is. We put a satin clear varnish on it so it's washable, and it's got its natural old ass patina. So it's cool and it's perfect and it's pretty. We matched the lighter green here, and we got paint to do the windowsills. And we did that because previous owners had been painting these windows, I guess by throwing paint at them. There was just so many globs of paint on those windowsills. There was no way to clean them up properly to where they look good without just covering them. And I hate to do a solid color, but it actually turned out really good. So I'm happy. This 3rd floor is done and gorgeous. So this is my favorite room in the building. And I plan on having birthday parties and other kinds of private events up here and really enjoying this space. Probably the most intense thing we did this week was support column number 7 and column number 8 from very far away so that we could raise up the building one last stupid time and then support it like really far away, cut out the old stack stone footings and pour a new footing, which I'm standing on currently. We can't put the weight back on it, so if you notice here, I can still wiggle this post. It's basically dangling from the ceiling. And this one also. We need to let the concrete cure so it has the strength to support the weight. And then we'll take all this temporary bracing and the bottle jacks down. And next week, I can't wait to announce it in next week's update, we will be 100% done lifting on the first floor. And that's super exciting for me at least, because that means on Monday, we're gonna finish backfilling the gravel and let this building wait for the plumbers and electricians, the people that need to do their underground work. Muddy River has to come in here and we're gonna be running conduits and things like that, getting ready to pour slabs. So sewers gotta go in, all that stuff. But it's really cool. The process for this of lifting it was to take 2 I-beams and support the end of the central beam. The same one that we put the post under before. We supported that in the center with the jack. It took 2 I-beams that are being held up by chain hoists and then supported from underneath. So we basically built a temporary footing, put this structural member up to support the floor 20 feet apart so that we could excavate down in the center. We had to do that here also because of the odd construction of the heavy timber. These beams had to be supported and we had to support them on the 2nd and 3rd floor also. So very intense, just getting ready. Once it was all ready, we were able to jack up the floor very carefully, break these free, and then we could dig out. Now, when digging out with an excavator, you have to dig around these posts, which is very difficult. We hit boulders. Actually, we had to dig this up around those posts. So these are parts of the stack stone footing from this would be early 1900s right here. So past the 1875 section, but we had to excavate these old stack stones out of here, somehow getting them around everything. It was very scary. I did not like it. And then after that, we were all clear. Arturo came back in, and check out these pictures of Arturo. He's forming up everything, him and Eric. They put number 5 rebar in a grid, and then they put concrete in. And we just got, it was just over a yard of concrete in that footing, 1.5 yards to be exact. And then we blocked up to support them. We're eventually gonna put a 9th column in and maybe eliminate column 8. I don't really know what's happening after this, but I'm just so excited that on next Tuesday, we will officially be able to remove all this temporary bracing and the building will sit on its post that it was designed to sit on, that we've put proper footings underneath. So that happened this week, super exciting. That pretty much wraps up our week in review, our weekly update. Thank you so much if you made it this far into the video. Really excited about the progress in this building and what's to come, so please stay tuned. If you're not already a subscriber, subscribe to our videos, like, comment, let us know what you want to see in these things. This building, it's blowing my mind how much is shining through as we renovate and restore this place. So cheers, thank you for watching, we'll see you next time.